Hey guys. Yes, I'm still in bed, but I have something that I want to share. I don't feel like dolling up because I think what I have to share is much more important. And if I focus on trying to impress you instead of sharing from my heart, I'm going to lose it. And I don't want to lose it because it's good stuff. And I want to talk about stepping into the unknown because I know that that's super scary for you, but I also know that you're probably being asked to do that. And so I want to help you to think about it in a different way. So I talk to a lot of people that are feeling like they need to make a change in their life, but they're pretty, sucked into a routine. They've built this life, a good life for them. They got the job, they've been at it a long time, they're making the good money, they got the benefits, they got the house, they got the 2.5 children. I mean, all the things that we're told that we're supposed to want. And then suddenly it's like, wait a minute, is this it? I know you know what I'm talking about. There's that part in your heart and your part in your mind that's saying, like, oh, okay, like, this is great. But is there anything else out there for me? And then the mind immediately goes to, you can't make a change. People are depending on you. Your kids need, your money to pay the tuition to go to that school. Your partner is depending on your benefits. And so you kind of like just squash that thought in your mind. And you start thinking about, well, okay, what are some other things that I could do? You start thinking about some other possibilities, but you kind of feel stuck about it. And so you go back and forth between this, I want more, and no, I can't make a change. People are depending on me. And so essentially you got one foot on the accelerator and then you got one foot on the brake, and you stay stuck and you stay stagnant. And so I just want to give you a little perspective here. First thing that I want to share with you is that if you make a change, it doesn't undo everything you accomplished. Specifically when it comes to careers, I hear a lot of people say, like, but I invested a lot of money. I have a lot of accomplishments. I paid $100,000 in tuition. I have all these certificates. I published these things. I got promoted here and I got promoted there. And what was it all worth if I'm just going to throw it away? And I want to tell you, you're not throwing it away. All of those accomplishments, everything that you did, everything you contributed, isn't get taken away because you're making a change. Because all of those accomplishments aren't about the accomplishments. It's about who you had to become to accomplish those things. And that stays with you. You take that with you wherever you go. And here's the kind of big thing that we don't actually ever talk about and why we feel so scared is that life is meant to be evolving. Things are meant to be changing. We're humans that are part of nature. Flowers grow and then they die and they get seeded again and they grow again. Everything in part of nature has a death and a rebirth. Yet for some reason we believe, or we've been taught to believe, that we don't need to go through that process. And so the truth is that what we're doing is that we're actually resisting nature when we are constantly holding on to what we've created and we fear letting it go. But if we actually start to embrace our true nature and start to pay attention and see that a flower doesn't actually grow on its own. Yes, the seed is planted, but it needs to be watered. The sun shines on it. Other people come and water it so that it can grow. And this is the exact same thing that will happen for you if you allow it. If you allow yourself to be supported, if you bring in allies, both divine and human allies. But the thing is that if all the accomplishments that you've made, all the security, all this great achievement was actually a safety that you've created in your life, was something that you were driven to do because you didn't have that growing up, that you actually honor your self-reliance because perhaps you didn't grow up in a safe environment, perhaps you weren't provided for, and you had to cultivate this grit and you had to cultivate this ambition to get you to where you are now. The idea of letting go and allowing yourself to be supported is terrifying. And that's why you kind of hold on and you control and you have pride in that. But I know you're exhausted. I know you're ready for a different experience. And I want you to know that you are in a different place now. Who you were to have to be able to cultivate that grit and that ambition and that perseverance is not who you are now. You are not in the same environment. Perhaps you were a child that had, parents or trauma or some experience that you didn't get your needs met. And now you're an adult and you want to make change and you want to be supported. And perhaps you actually have people in your life. You have good people in your life. But my question for you is, do you let them in? Or do you still go around living that I am strong and I am self-reliant and I don't need any help? That's the thing that's getting in your way. Let's just take an exhale. And so I just want you to think for a moment and just think, do you stop yourself from taking risk, for entertaining the idea that you are not your accomplishments, and that you can actually have a different experience of life, that you're ready to play a new role, that you're done being the strong, independent one, just the strong, independent one. You'll still be that. But how about stepping into the I'm strong and I'm independent and I'm also dependent and divinely and magically supported? That's the first step. I know you want to know, well, but how? Why? Who's going to pay my mortgage? Oh, this sounds great. This is all like, etherical, spiritual stuff. No, it's not. It's actually divine orchestration. But you can't experience the magic unless you're actually willing to embrace that something like this exists. So I ask you, are you willing to believe that it's okay to let go of who you were so that you can step into who you're meant to become? And if that's something you're willing to do, then I'd love to invite you into my private Facebook group called Goddess Wings, where I share about the how. So that you don't actually have to step into the unknown alone. And it can be fun. If you see my post below, I share this amazing experience about how I went to a retreat and I was dipping my feet into the hot tub and this beautiful hummingbird just popped up and did a dance in front of me. And I gave myself permission to take that in, to take that joy in. And then 3 or 4 days later, I got a random message on my phone saying that I got a free massage, and it was for my son. It was his birthday, and it was a chiropractor that we used to go to. And I was like, this is so weird. I've never gotten a message like this, and the numbers were 4444, 44443. This is part of the mystery. They're angel numbers. 444 is angel numbers. This woo stuff is actually really practical. And so I called back and I asked about it and I said, I got this message about a free massage, and I said, is this for me or is this for my son? And they said, well, how old's your son? I said, 7. And he goes, well, it would be, you can have it. You're the one that birthed him. A total gift, right? A total gift. And that gift came from listening. That gift came from playing, stepping into the unknown, following the curiosity, and letting go of the I have to do everything. I got to create it. I got to push my relaxation because I wanted a massage. So this is actually a fun place that you too can step into. And I'd love to show you how. So join the Goddess Minx group and we'll chat more about it.